Deep breath. And think about the first word that you want to say.
A speech about myself. But where to start? I mean, I'm I'm kind of biased, but I like to think I'm a pretty awesome person. Aside from that, I'm also a very complex person. For example, I like to partake in boxing and submission wrestling, which we'll get to. But at the same time, I'm a firm believer in warm chocolate chip cookies that just melt in your hand. Leave the chocolate mess. See, you know what I'm talking about. But in order for you to get to know me a little bit better, I'm going to talk to you guys about my family, my prior military service, and of course, my favorite hobby and how it ties into my goals. So with the basics, my name is Oscar Kia. You may call me Tequila, which is my nickname, which we'll get to as well. I'm 27 years old, and I hail from the great Atlanta, the Bay Area. I was born on July 21st at 3 a.m. after my mom killed 2 stacks of pancakes over at the local IHOP, which is 100% true. So, it is. So, first off, I'd like to talk to you about my family so you guys get to know where I come from a little bit better.
Just the guy?
I would like to talk to all of you, including the women.
Thank you.
About my family so you guys know a little bit better where I'm from. My family is from El Salvador. I'm the only American-born family member in my family. Who here has sisters? I don't have any. I just wanted to No, I'm kidding. I do. I have 2 older sisters, which are my biological sisters. And then I also have adopted siblings. So I have 3 younger sisters there and a younger brother there at the end. So those of you that have sisters, you know that, like myself, you have fallen victim to endless makeup tutorials and really bad cooking experiments. My sisters and I are very, very close. As a matter of fact, we are all in a group chat, which we talk in every day, but mainly just share really awesome memes with each other. I'm also, fun fact, I'm also an ordained minister, and that has allowed me to do 2 of my sister's weddings. So, and it's been an amazing experience to do that. I'm also very close with my mom. My mother is a single mother. She comes from El Salvador. She came here on political asylum during the whole Civil War in El Salvador. She's 5 feet tall, of just pure sainthood and Latina fire. But we will get back to her as well. My mother ties into that second part of what I would like to talk to you guys about, and that is my prior military experience. So believe it or not, I used to be in the United States Marine Corps. I know it doesn't look like it, I get it, but I was. So for the first 2 years, I was what's called an avionics technician, where I fixed avionics equipment and weapon systems on light attack helicopters that provided air support and medevac for troops in combat zones. After that, because of my history in boxing and submission wrestling, I then went on to be a close quarters combat instructor, which is not as cool as it sounds. Basically, I just taught young Marines about weapons manipulation, submission wrestling, and a lot of the human anatomy as well. Coming back to my mother, thanks to the Marine Corps, I actually was able to get her citizenship thanks to a nice letter from my commanding officer, and just you can sponsor a family member once you're in the military. My military experience took me on 2 deployments. The first one to Afghanistan. The second one took me on what's called the Marine Expeditionary Unit, where we did humanitarian efforts in a country called Timor-Leste, also known as East Timor, which is a country about 5 years old that recently broke off of Indonesia. I got out with an honorable discharge, which also gave me access to benefits like the GI Bill and landed me here at SMC, which, again, segues into that third part of what I wanted to talk to you guys about, which would be my goals and my hobbies. So my favorite hobby, believe it or not, again, I'm a breakdancer. So I love breakdancing. It's been one of my favorite things to do since I was a kid. Actually, Kristen's seen me do it at work. It's a lot of fun. So here at SMC, I am a dance major, and I am studying dance and choreography here as my major. SMC does 2 biannual shows, which would be Global Motion, which is a lot like World Dance. They have African, Mexican folklorico, ballet, tango, things of that nature. And then they have Synapse, which is more of a contemporary ballet show. It's like ballet and modern dance type of thing. I usually do both shows. This semester I will only be doing Global Motion because of time and work that stuff. So if any of you guys have something you want to do in May, there's some shows you can come check out in May. My ultimate goal is to be a professional commercial choreographer, which isn't limited to just commercials. I would like to choreograph for music videos and for concerts as well. So in conclusion, I would like, hopefully you guys were able to get to know me a little bit better through the fact that I have a big family, a beautiful mother, and that I traded my combat boots in for black leggings. And that I have an unhealthy obsession for chocolate chip cookies. Thank you.